Yo, what's going on, everybody? Joining us here with the brand new video for you guys today, and welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. Don't make this sound good. Your boy is back. Well, another reaction video for you guys today. So we're going to be watching IGN's video on getting to know your companions in Dragon Age, The Veilguard. If I say Dragon Age 4, my brain always wants to forget to say 4 when it comes to like certain games because there's sequels. But yeah, so we're gonna watch this video. Yesterday or today. We should be seeing a video where they show the gameplay of Dragon Age. So today we're going to get to know our companions. We already know two of them. We know Varric because Varric has been in Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, so we know Varric pretty well. We also know Scout Hardy because she was also Inquisition. Yeah, so I think everyone else is actual new companions who we're going to be learning about. But hope you all enjoy. Let's get into this. Hit the links below. Follow me on Twitch where you can take part in conversations live and see some gameplay and things of that nature. Let's get to it.
Not looking good, old friend. This'll take more than you and me.
Allie Hillis, the voice of Scout Hardy.
So of course relationships are a big part of the Dragon Age IP, and that takes several different forms. Both the romantic, of course, we're all here for that, but also the platonic.
Very.
And really these relationships you develop in the Veilguard, this is about a found family. They have the same goals, different complications in their life, but they're all giving everything they have to defend.
I'm still like upset with the redesign for Morgan. I don't think that they need to do it. Like it just doesn't look like Morgan anymore. Like it's her name. It's probably still Claudia Black as a voice, but it just doesn't look like Morgan. And I don't know why they decided to like change how Morgan looks, because she has such a distinct look, and it was just so great like, how she looked. Like they changed up a lot. Like it's not just like her outfit is different. Like her facial structure is different now too. It's unnecessary design.
Status. You're going to get to know them really well. You're going to develop
Dragon.
trust, understanding. That doesn't mean you're always going to agree. So I like to think of relationship not necessarily as how much they like you, but how well you know them. With any family,
Nev looks great.
well.
Definitely gonna be like my character's primary character's romance option.
Every family has their.
We always have multiple characters in Dragon Age. My main character is primary romance Nev. Probably have one for Scout Hardy and one for the other chick. But definitely becomes like my main character. It's definitely gonna be Nev. It looks phenomenal.
This is really about developing your understanding of each member of the Veilguard, and in turn, that's going to allow them to work better as a team. Your relationship with companions really affects both how their arc unfolds and your relationship with them, but how the companions exist on the battlefield, what their behaviors are. Building a relationship with companions has always been a staple of Dragon Age, but this time around, that relationship translates into how well you work together as a team. It is how you're actually going to level up your companions, by getting to know them better. That's how you're going to unlock skill points. So when you look at all of the various abilities the companions have, there's inherent combos and synergies and roles that they'll have on the battlefield. Nev, for instance, has the ability to slow time or heal you right out of the gate. But if I really get the opportunity to know her, whether it's platonic or romantic, I'm going to help be able to shape her skills and augment those abilities that work really well with my own.
It's actually pretty cool when you think about it, because BioWare has always been about the companions when it comes to the games, and so basically what she's trying to say, well, now she's trying to say, what she is saying is, you get XP points via communication with your allies, which generally communicating with your allies that was just part of the game. And as always, romance is a very, very big thing when it comes to BioWare games. Excuse me, just woke up. But yeah, so basically you get skill points, like actually building relationships, whether it's freaking just loyalty or romantic.
Personal build, so our sense of teamwork really deepens.
We need someone to be our eyes and ears in the shadows.
Well, Nev is our confident noir detective. I love to bring her on.
And that was a baddie.
Because she's just
girl
so
is
incredibly beautiful. She's our ice mage, so
fine.
big on controlling
Dramatic.
the battlefield, and that's actually a good metaphor to her arc. She wants to fight for change. She wants to fight for a better Minrathous, and she's going to use all the tools at her disposal to try and reshape Minrathous into a better place for all. She's very much a shadow dragon. This is among the mantra of the shadow dragons. They operate from the shadows, fighting for a better Minrathous. As this accomplished ice mage, she's fierce. She's fierce. She's not going to shy away.
This would have been a good game to have brought back Fenris as a companion. Just want to point out, because for those who play Dragon Age 2, Fenris, a lot of his backstory involves a Teventer. So it's like, we're going to Teventer. It would be nice to have him by our side. Maybe we'll get like a mission. It would be such a missed opportunity if there isn't like a mission line involving Fenris.
From any challenge, whether it's taking down Darkspawn or dealing with the Magisterium in Minrathous.
And someone to bring a little darkness to the daylight.
The character that went through the most changes, without a doubt, was Lucanus. Lucanus is very complex. He's an assassin. He's very skilled in the art of death. The Antivan Crows, they pursue these contracts with a certain level of
He's a crow,
but also Lucanus is a romantic.
This isn't, so he's a crow and romantic. This isn't the first time we've had a Dragon Age character who is an Antivan crow and a romantic. Those who played the first two Dragon Age, you are very well aware of a character by the name of Devrin. Devrin being an elf in Dragon Age 1 and Dragon Age 2, he's an NPC. Dragon Age 1, I think you can have him in your party, but he tries to kill you, and you have the choice to actually recruit him. But he's an Antivan crow. We're not gonna go down too far, because like I said, I tend to not have save search on, and this is one of those characters who you might see some nude fan art of. We're not gonna zoom in or anything, but that's what I was thinking of when I see this character. It just reminds me of Zevran, the romantic assassin.
And he's dealing with some internal struggles. He's been through a lot of trauma. He's relearning how to trust. And all of those elements come together with a richness, but it creates a lot of complexity in how we tell that story. So I'd say Lucanus is the first one that comes to my mind in terms of the thought that's gone into it, where we've had to make adjustments to really cover all facets of his character.
We're going into the Fade, aren't we?
Valara, oh, my dear sweet Valara. I relate to Valara a lot. She is joyous. She's been through a lot, but she remains curious, optimistic. She's kind of a geek. She really likes her fiction. She fangirls over Nev a little bit. She's just so relatable. And I think that's what our players will find and fall in love with when they get to meet Valara.
She's going to be
just how
the Tally of the group. We're supposed to play Dragon Age. Tally's like, the kind of, I'm gonna say naive, but her personality is very, very, out there, but she's also kind of an introvert. But she fangirls. Tally's very unique. She's a very unique character in comparison to everybody else. I kind of feel like that chick's gonna be very unique compared to everyone else. I'm trying to think of another character who would be a good comparison. She's going to be like that kind of joke character as well. When I say joke, I mean sarcastic and always making puns and whatnot. So think like Phoebe from freaking Andromeda, those kind of characters.
Much you'll recognize some of those patterns and sensibilities that she holds, but don't let it fool you. She is also a veil jumper. She is very comfortable in Elven Ruins. I frequently bring her with me in my party. My favorite spec, I like to play a rogue. I like to play the Veil Jumper or the Veil Ranger. Valar is a fantastic companion to
Definitely a rogue main myself.
Electric vulnerabilities. So I love her both on and off the battlefield.
And digging up a lot of buried secrets.
The thing about Emmerich that is going to surprise our fans the most is his relationship with necromancy. I really love that we kind of turned the idea of a necromancer on its head here, where you think of them as these conjurers of evil, the certain malice when you hear the term necromancer, but it couldn't be farther from the truth for Emmerich. There is a reverence about the dead. He has a unique relationship with death. You get to explore how he ended up in the Morn Watch. Death has shaped this character in all aspects of his life. We frequently refer to him as our gentleman necromancer. I think his...
So I'm thinking about, again, because Dragon Age games, you know, all BioWare games usually have like some kind of tie-ins with other games. So what I'm thinking about when they mention this character is, I wonder if there would be like any kind of mentions of that the one guy who had his name from Dragon Age 2, who uses necromancy to basically make Hawk's mom a puppet. And he kills Hawk's mom and brings her back to life. It's like, because he's like stitching together women to like revive his wife and whatnot. I want to be interesting, like if he's like, if there's like a little bit of an Easter egg conversation where he mentions that guy.
Proper, kind nature stems from that respect that he's learned about this cycle of life and death throughout his life. Phenomenal character. In my last playthrough, I don't mind sharing, I romanced Emmerich. What I also love is as I'm synergizing with him as we're doing combos, just having him refer to me as my dear on the battlefield. Well done, my dear. It just fills me with joy every time.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
So Manfred is like a son to Emmerich. He very much has an affinity for this wisp, this life force that he's given a second chance through this skeletal body. And in many ways, it's the story of a parent raising a child. He needs to teach Manfred and help him along to develop as a character of their own. Things like learning new skills, how to assist the Veilguard. Some of our most charming moments are in dealing with Manfred. I must say, I absolutely love the interactions. They just have me rolling whenever Manfred steals the show.
What about Darkspawn?
Yeah.
I smell a dog spawn.
And a pack of demons.
When I go into Canva, I'm able to focus more on just creating the video, and I know that automatically with a...
When we were thinking about Davrin, how we were going to develop him as a character, we had to think about how is he going to show up on the battlefield. And it was unique because he has this, I guess you could say, companion of his own, the Griffin Asan. That makes him as a companion very unique because Asan shows up on the battlefield. So we had to think about how that integrates into his abilities, where Davrin, as a Grey Warden, is capable on his own. But also, when does he call upon Asan, and what does that look like? What happens if you're indoors? So a lot of considerations there, but I'm really proud of how Asan shows up in the game alongside Davrin. And indeed, when you're doing some of Davrin's content, just seeing Asan gliding through the environments, you really get a sense that they care and they're protective about each other, but the work the team did to realize that was an incredible challenge. So kudos to the animation, the gameplay team. They did a wonderful job integrating that. So when we think about Davrin and his being the representative of the Grey Wardens within the team of the Veilguard, it was an opportunity for us to really go back to some of those roots that we know our fans, our players deeply care about. Dragon Age Origins, of course, was so Grey Warden forward. We want to evoke those memories, those connections that our players have. And I absolutely love when you're journeying with Davrin, not only his aesthetic, how he carries himself as a warden.
Say right now, Usually when I play Bioware games, my squad is always my romance option and my homie. Homie is like usually a character who I really enjoy and I'll always bring with me. Dragon in Mass Effect, it's Garrus. In Dragon Age Origins, it was Alistair. Dragon Age 2, the homie. Who was my go-to in Dragon Age 2? Kind of want to say it was either freaking might have been Varric. Like this guy, Devon. He's probably going to be the homie character.
But how he interacts with his fellow wardens, the little wrinkle of, hey, there actually are some griffins remaining in Thedas. How he learns as a warden to train and interact with these griffins that, to our knowledge, haven't existed for quite some time. It's a learning experience on a lost art of the Grey Wardens that is really unique to Davrin's character.
We'll need someone with fire in their blood.
So Tosh, in the creation of their arc, is one of our more complex characters. It's a journey along their arc that is about introspection. Where do I belong in the world? What are my boundaries? What do I fight for? How do I become at peace with who I am? So I love the juxtaposition, actually, between Tosh's personal journey and this imposing literal dragon slayer, that sort of hard exterior and really gentle interior. It makes Tosh a really special companion for me. All right, yeah, I have to talk about the steamiest romances. All I can get, for me personally, I'll just speak for me personally, but at the culmination of the romance arcs, I'd have to say Tosh. When I got to that scene and saw the finished version of that cinematic, I was hollering.
This'll take more than you and me.
So Harding, as a companion, I guess I'd have to go back to Inquisition. Of course, Harding showed up. She was your scout on the field. There was a light romance with her, and I think one of the things that the team didn't quite expect is how much Harding would catch on in Inquisition. Players fell in love with her. And, we heard them. They wanted a deeper romance. They wanted more engagement with Harding. So for the team, I felt like it was kind of a no-brainer for us to bring back Harding. And we also wanted to reestablish that connection to the Inquisition in the world of Thedas, which occurred 10 years ago, the events of Inquisition. Harding serves as our proxy back to those events. You get to learn about what's happened with the Inquisition since. So she presents some really lovely opportunities for us. I will say, personality-wise and her role on the battlefield, she is among my favorites. When you see her leap into the air, unleashing these devastating attacks with her bow and arrow, I just can't get enough of her.
The veil is a wound inflicted upon this world. It must be healed.
By drowning the world in demons?
I have taken precautions to minimize the damage, Varric.
Minimize the...
So, Rook's relationship with Solas is a complicated one. Everyone has seen at this point the gameplay reveal and the opening moments of the game, so you'll know things got shaken up pretty radically for Solas already. He's trapped. He's basically communicating with you as an advisor. And I absolutely love that idea of, he's your lifeline right now, but can you trust him? And those touch points with him, do I take his advice or not? Can he be trusted? Is he going to betray me? All the while giving you this information that you absolutely need in order to be successful. It creates an interesting stage for us where I think our fans will agree Solas is very complicated. He firmly believes he's doing the right thing, and some of our fans will agree that he's trying to do the right thing. Others will not. And this creates a stage for you, the player, where you get to lean into those tendencies of your own as you're taking advice from Solas throughout parts of the game. I think those really interesting debates about, was he ever redeemable? Can he be trusted? Was he wrong all along? You're really going to be able to dive in deep on that.
So Varric has changed since the events of Dragon Age Inquisition. He has spent the time between, he's briefly, obviously, Viscount of Kirkwall. I mean, anybody who knows much about Varric knows how well a job where he sits around and tells people what to do is going to sit with him. He has been participating in the hunt for Solas, and I think for Varric in particular, that's a very difficult thing for him to do because Solas is his friend. Solas is somebody that he grew close to over the events of Inquisition. They adventured together, they worked together, and now knowing what Solas, who Solas really is, that eats at Varric. Varric believes he can always make somebody do the right thing. Varric believes he is the most convincing, charismatic, because he cares about people, and he has this belief that as long as I get a chance to talk to Solas, I'm going to be able to turn. But as he's seeing what, Solas's ritual is doing to the world around, as he, experienced in the comics, Dragon Age The Missing, that eats at him a little bit. That's challenging his worldview of him as always being the best judge of people, being able to see that somebody is able to be redeemed, and he's starting to question a little bit, am I right, or am I being a fool by believing in Solas?
Well, we're not in Minrathous anymore.
I know these trees.
I'm like super immersed in this video right now.
Forest.
And there's your ritual. The power involved. I've never seen anything like it.
Really looking forward to this game. Very much looking forward to this game. This is probably going to end up being my game of the year, like, unless it's like super freaking bad. That's how high my expectations are for this game. Everything looks good. I haven't seen anything so far they've put out when it comes to these videos where I'm like, no, I don't like that. Everything they've put out so far has got me more and more ready for the game. But that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the live stream, depending on when the video goes up. Today is Friday, so we're gonna start stream off by watching the Alice Morgan press conference, and then we're gonna play some Black Ops 6 beta. So yeah, I'll try to get this video out today, so you'll probably see 2 videos today when it comes to Dragon Age. The other video won't upload yesterday, but I had some delays, so the video's going up today. We're trying to get both videos up. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a rest of y'all day. Y'all stay safe. You guys another happy boy, the Music Archer. I'm out of here. Deuces.